Last time on Dungeons and Dickheads, with the skyship Chimera plummeting to the ground, the party attempted to rectify the situation, dropping the possessed body of the Professor through the bottom of the ship in the process. Despite a valiant effort, they were made futile as the ship crashed into the ground. Waking up in the wreckage over 2 weeks later, the party discovered that Ursula Oceansong had sealed herself in a magical snow globe, which was now nowhere to be found. With Captain Zephyr staying at the wreckage, the party headed across the rocky landscape, eventually finding themselves in a swamp surrounded by giant frogs. Talking to them, Porkeye discovered that they were being spied upon by the Sisters, a trio of hags who apparently looted the ship and taken the princess with them. So, picking up where we left off, you were just leaving the swamp. You can kind of see the vague outline of what the frogs described as the hags' village in the distance, but it's very rainy, it's very misty and horrible. I believe Tok is wearing her flippers and wetsuit to avoid
she was, of course.
The water of the swamp. So it's throwing it down. You've got a bit of a journey ahead. Can one of you please roll me a d4?
That'll be a 1.
Okay, let's continue. See, it's swamp's pretty horrible anyway, let alone when it's raining. But it starts to get worse as that rain turns into hail. And I am going to roll something. So you continue to walk, and it's pretty open. You're just getting battered. And I need all of you to take
already
6 points of cold
damage. We've literally just
please.
started, and I've got to take 6 points of damage.
You're getting battered by the. Yeah, you're getting battered.
And hail causes 6 points of damage. How big are these balls?
That's what the dice said, yeah. Well, let's assume they're dice-sized.
Yeah, and something I bet you fantasise about on a regular occasion.
Well, as a bit of behind the curtain for some of the listeners, we have been talking about if we were to do an in-person thing, but I think there is a genuine risk that I might lose
Attack me.
Throw stuff at Neil.
Well, I'm quite... that makes it more appealing to certain people, I would imagine.
That is a risk. Yeah, I mean, we might be able to.
So we're taking 6 points of damage because of your big balls. Carry on.
Fine. Okay. I'm going to need one more D4 roll, please. Let's get it from Shitey.
D4 rolling.
Neil's annoyed me
Here
already.
we go. It's free.
All a little bit unlucky today. You hear a loud clap of thunder in the distance, and I need you to all make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
8.
7.
24.
Slight difference there.
So, a few seconds after this clap of thunder, bolt of lightning strikes down. Tok, you manage to roll out of the way. You get caught a little bit in the strike. You are going to take
my God.
11.
And that's
11 points of thunder damage. That's halved. Ronson and Porkeye, you both take 25 points of thunder damage.
Walking in the woods.
So I've been hit by your balls, and now I've got the clap.
Fucking hell. Yes. Walking through the woods is dangerous.
20. And what did he say? 25?
25.
Are you sure? Do you want to look at that again?
No, it's definitely 25.
Wait a minute. I'm going to cast Aura of Vitality, seeing that everyone is not very well. As he takes this damage, I'll run over because, I think that Porkeye can take it. I run over to Ronson. I was like, Ronson, are you okay? Like kneeling down beside him, and I cast Aura of Vitality.
Am I okay? No, I've been hit in the face by hailstones, and I've just been struck by lightning. What do you think? Am I okay?
Well, you just don't look very well, and here.
I'm singed. Although it means I don't have to go for a back sack and crack now, so that's a bonus.
Well, yes, absolutely. for the next minute, Dave, I get to roll 2d6 hit points for every for up to a minute, so I can heal people
for every round.
Yeah.
So that's 2d6 every round.
I get to roll 2d6 every round. Yeah.
So if I were to roll 20d6, that would be the hit points that you'd. So I'm thinking I can do it virtually rather than you having to get 20 dice.
I mean, we can do that, but I have. Is it 20d6?
It's 2 per round. 10 rounds per. Yeah, 20.
So 2, 4. I have 20 d6s. 6, 8. I'll roll these 10 twice. Here we go. I'll roll them.
Would you have 20 d6s?
So I've got these little wooden ones from the Longest Johns.
You need one.
But they're a whole set. So I'm going to add this because, let's do it correctly. So that's 10, 14, 18, 20, 25, 20, 29 points for one roll.
I wouldn't bother because I think you've just healed him anyway.
I've healed, but I need healing. I can also heal myself, and Shiny might need healing.
Yeah,
I do need a bit. I don't know why doggers take the fucking risk. Almost killed us just walking through the woods.
20, 28, 30, and another 38 points. So that should heal. I'm going to heal me for 11 of those. So what does that bring us down to?
Okay.
What's 38 minus 31 to 48?
27.
Hold on. Why am I need 17 points of it for myself. So I'll take 17 of that. So 38 minus 17. I can math. Maths is fine.
Yeah, I should be able to maths too.
38, so
21.
fantastic. Shite, you take 21 points of healing.
Thanks.
No worries. How are we all feeling, everyone?
And Ronson got the other
He
21.
Oh, right.
did. Yes.
I got right. So 29 heal now. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Making the last 10 minutes completely pointless.
Yeah, I was just about to say we've completely just wasted 10 minutes.
No,
then, haven't we?
I've used a
Getting
bloody
hit.
spell. I've used a spell
Just
slot.
to be. I mean, I'm only 2 points off what I was now. So
I've used a spell slot, so it's absolutely taking me down a spell slot, and a 3rd level at that.
So you carry on. It's still pretty rainy and horrible. And
Now, a gust of wind knocks a tree on all your heads.
that's not one of the options.
I feel like
actually.
we're being fucking bullied by Captain Planet's mates.
acid rain will be next.
Till that prick turns up and just starts shouting heart at us. Fuck off. No one wants to be heart. Go away. Wasn't even the best Care Bear.
It is a bit of a weird. Like when you're thinking of elements, you could have picked something else.
That was, we want to fit one more kid into this show. We're out of elements. It's getting on a bit. We've ordered in food and we've eaten it and we're still at the office. Heart, everyone? Yeah? All right, let's go home. See you all tomorrow.
I mean, you could have separated lightning from air, couldn't
Yeah.
you?
I mean, the X-Men have done it. X-Men have all got their elemental people. Just pick one of them. Just rip off an X-Men.
Who's watching
Yeah,
Captain
ice.
Planet with this much intent?
I am. I'm judging it.
Of course you are.
Right. Anyway, so you're right. That all was completely pointless. Never mind. Forget how much healing you've all got. So after another couple of hours trudging through the horrible weather, Tok, what is Tok's feeling about walking through swamps and the rain?
I mean, she's probably not enjoying it, splishing through any puddles, probably trying to jump over to any dry rocks or anything as she can, if there are any. Points of high ground, that kind of thing. She's not enjoying it at all.
So eventually you reach the tall set of trees that the frogs had pointed out to you. You should all have your night vision turned on. And you come out to a clearing. You can see, as I say, one big tree and two others to the side, with some buildings sort of built into them. A set of tree houses with some walkways.
And is the toad still with us? Because were we following the toad, or were we just walking?
The toads had kind of indicated what way to go, so they just let you go.
Hello, is anybody home? In the tree house.
You're just randomly shouting.
Hello?
From by the side of one of the buildings, sort of up in the trees, you see a figure. It's in the rain. It's a bit hard to see. He shouts down. Says, welcome. We knew we'd be seeing you soon. Just the three of you, is it?
Hello. Are you baby Yoghurt?
There's some twatty little otter and a cat around here somewhere, but I don't know if they count.
It was only counting the higher beings.
Well, in which case, you might want to count again. Higher beings? I think you'll find there's only one here. Me.
Oh dear, the arrogance.
Look at him there, poor guy. He's only about 2 foot high. You can't call him a higher being, can you?
Hello.
I'll have you know, wizard, that the elves were around, the dwarfs, were around a long time before your kind, and I expect they will outlive you all too. I would be careful about who you talk down to.
Yes, but they still haven't managed to get the pornographic magazines from the top shelf, though, have they?
They just make the top shelf lower down.
Actually, we find them in bushes, as nature intended.
That's a quality for you. I'm Ronson Diego Bentus. These two quiet people next to me here, Tiki Toki and Pork Pie. How are you?
I am well. My name is Sister Moongrave. Would you like to come on in and dry up, warm out, whatever it is your little mortal bodies need?
Oh, yes, please.
And you can see the shadowy figure sort of becking at you with like a long...
Hang on. Can we see your risk assessments, please? How about your food hygiene certificates? I don't see one on display.
We don't have any. But you don't have to eat if you don't want to.
Frankly, love, you can fuck off if you think I'm setting foot in there. Haven't you got like a house made of fucking gingerbread to haunt?
How
rude. That is a stereotype which we take much offence to.
I, for one, would really like to go inside, Porkeye. It's terrible and wet out here, please.
You remember when we were talking about the evil witches? Do you remember that? Do you remember the evil witches that the frogs told us about? Do you? Do you remember?
And do you see the rain coming from the sky?
Do you see the child-eating witch coming from the house?
Porkeye, let her go in. Let her go in, and we'll stay here, find out what the situation is.
Well, then she'll get eaten.
Well, then you best come with me, then.
No, stay here. Fuck off.
I wish I hadn't defended you now. It's disappointing to see a dwarf such as yourself just forcing stereotypes on others. I haven't eaten a child for years.
Okay, not the defence you might think it is. Do you have a house made of gingerbread, though?
No, we do not. Our house is made of wood.
Any sort of confectionery? Is it edible wood?
Have you seen the weather? Anything confectionery would dissolve in this.
Yeah, but you're a witch. You can make it magic.
But then surely I'd make it out of something more sensible than confectionery.
Well, that won't attract the kids, will it?
I hate children.
No, you ate children.
Please, Porkeye, let's go inside. I'm, pulling at my jacket, really trying to, hunker down out of the rain, moving towards the house.
As leader of the group, I say I will trust Tok. Let's go inside and check it out. If you want to stay outside, Porkeye, you're more than welcome, but I'll go in to protect Tok.
I'm going to come in, right? Because you'll need saving, and it's a shorter journey for me if I'm already there to save you. But just like that fucking little gnome who I said had been eaten by a demon and would become a demon, and I was right, do not make me tell you I told you so again 2 adventures in a row.
Yes, caution taken. And on that note, Dave, sorry, can I just check? I have here written down in my notes, potion. Take it before I walk in the door, and it says it's for an hour, and I've written counter charm underneath it, but I can't find it in my inventory. I've been scrolling. Now, I don't know what that potion is that I've picked up. Do you have anything on it?
No.
Brilliant.
There's the answer to that.
Fantastic. Let me see if I can find it in my notes. But we can maybe recon that if I need to.
Yeah, we could. Yeah,
cool. If I've got a potion that I feel is drinking, I will be chugging it as I'm walking inside. Okay.
My dear, I think you are under the illusion that I am pretending to be something I'm not. You have never asked me, and I have never denied that I am indeed a hag. I take quite pride in what I am. Doesn't mean that I'm necessarily going to hurt you,
I specifically said, are you an evil witch?
No, you didn't. You asked me if my house was made of
Before
gingerbread.
that, you weren't listening. The sign of an evil witch.
Not necessarily.
Well, are you?
Evil is dependent on one's viewpoint. Yes, sometimes our magic requires sacrifice, but what doesn't?
Hard work and dedication.
That also requires sacrifice. You have to sacrifice time in order to
I've
work.
got nothing better to do. Fine, we're heading in. But I'm right. I'm bloody right.
So she gestures with her hand, and like vines come up from the ground, sort of forming a makeshift rope ladder up to the side to where she's standing.
I found the potion that I was going to do. It's the Millort essence from season 1.
From episode
2. I'm going to drink that, which gives me extra throws against venom, blah blah blah, poisons, stuff like that. Oh yes, I'm going straight inside. Sorry, excuse me, and I just start climbing up the ladder.
Okay, so I'll move you up to the ladder. So as you come up, she shows you over to a room over on this big platform. So for the listeners, this is a big platform about halfway up the tree. There's a few sort of cabins on this platform itself, and it's linked to 2 other platforms across the way. And she brings you over into a little room. In fact, she's going to take you to this room that you could see from where you were stood. Come on in.
Did you buy this house from an
The door
Ewok?
creaks open behind her. I'll have you know, myself and my sisters made this house from scratch.
Should have used wood. Would have been safer.
Are you coming in?
No, it's just the way I'm standing.
Yes, I'm walking straight in. Thank you.
So then, we heard from some toads that you're evil.
Yes, they do say that. I mean, yes, we may use the odd one to carry our eye and show us what they can see, just so we can make sure we're aware of any visitors or intruders. But I didn't say that calls us evil. I mean,
are they allowed to unionise?
We have never stopped them.
You keep saying we. Just to clarify, sorry, Porkeye, but where is the we?
My 2 sisters. So as I say, I am Sister Moongrave. My sisters Nightshade and Blightstraw. They're off doing their own thing at the moment. I expect you'll want to see Blightstraw at some point. She is cataloguing some of the things we found from that airship that I assume you have come from.
I'd like to play on the Wii, please. I'm very good at bowling.
Your language confuses me.
Oh, it's pretty straightforward.
It's like you're talking from the future.
You have to bear with me. There's a cat biting my leg. Please hold.
Oh, Pebbles. Come here.
You say evil. We have done nothing to harm you. All I have done so far is allow you into my home. Yet you're taking the word over a toad rather than giving us a chance. May I suggest that might make you the monsters rather than
Now
us?
you say it like that, you got a good point. It does sound a bit stupid, doesn't it? We were talking to some toads a second ago.
For example, I have never dunked a man in a bath and frozen the water around his
You
head.
should try it. It's a really daft laugh.
Yeah, it was very iconic.
We're still getting loads of mileage on Blue Sky over that, I tell you.
It feels quite evil to me.
It was funny.
Yeah, you seem to know a lot about us, don't you, old lady?
Well, us hags do have eyes everywhere, she grins.
What, even up your vag?
My dear, how dare you?
Bronson, now
It'd have to be a dare, to be fair.
Let's all be civil here. Now, obviously, the toad earlier, or the frog, or whatever creature it was, I suppose you'd taken over their mind. So to me, that feels pretty evil. I don't know.
No, you didn't speak to Clarence, did you? You spoke to his friend, who assumes we did that out of force, but Clarence had no problem with it.
Insight check.
Okay, give me a roll.
Damn it. I don't. My sheet's not loading, but it was a 7 plus whatever, so it might not hit it. I don't know what my plus is. It's not loading right now.
Okay, for insight, you have got a +3, so it's a 10. I haven't mentioned, now you've come in and sort of in the light. This is absolutely a hag, right? She's got sort of green withered skin, sort of crooked nose, scraggy hair. But even with that appearance, from what she's saying and what you can tell, she certainly believes it.
Well, okay. Well, if we take your word for it, then you said that your sisters have been raiding the airships. Now, don't get me wrong, but we were there for, well, what the toads have told us was 16 days, and no one thought to move us, to heal us, if your sisters have been there.
Well, do you not think it was strange that you slept for 16 days and woke up with no injuries whatsoever?
That guy's a very heavy sleeper. And I believe
No, that was
16 days of sleep counts as a long rest. So we would wake up fine.
No, that was my sister. That was Nightshade, and a little bit of magical sleep. We fought against moving you. You were alive, unlike the rest of your poor, unfortunate crew. We didn't want to move you and then have you awake here and not know what was going on. We thought we would give you the choice to come of your own accord.
Well, I'm always coming of my own accord, sadly, nowadays.
Talk size. Well,
Of course, we salvaged what we could. I mean, you have to these days, but I don't see that makes us evil.
okay, well, again, another good explanation. Fine. Well, we're here, and you probably know why we're here, actually. Why don't you tell us why we're here, seeing as you seem to know everything?
I am assuming you're after at least some of the items we took from the airship. I assume some of them are of personal value, if not monetary value. I'm assuming you've come to trade back.
Well, we shouldn't have to trade what's already ours.
Oh,
Well, I don't know if it was yours, do I? Because a lot of these items weren't on your person. Anything that was on your person, I left with you. So I don't know that they were yours. They could have belonged to the now deceased.
oh God, you haven't got my leather satchel, have you? If you have, please don't look inside.
I'm afraid we had to destroy that as soon as we
Probably
found
for
it.
the best.
Well, then I suppose you don't keep all of your items of value on your person all the time, do you? You put them in storage when you're traveling and so forth.
Yes, but if I was foolish enough to allow them to be sprawled across the desert and then be unconscious and someone was to take them, then that would be fair game, and I would expect to have to trade back for them.
Can I do a little perception check on the room and see if there's any tat lying around that's within arm's reach, please and thank you.
You're looking for anything?
Anything that I can rob.
Okay, give me a perception
I
check.
will. 10.
So you kind of feel around. And now I need you to roll me a D100, please.
Ooh.
Is that even an option?
I'm going to say a D100.
Oh, there it is. There
I
is.
want
There's
to
one-
wear.
Yeah, not a physical one. That would be.
I want to
not
roll
in
a
my-
D100.
I'd like to raise a complaint to D&D Beyond because it goes D4, D6, D8, D100,
Yeah, what's that
D10,
about?
D12, Put in the right order. Anyway,
Well,
I'm
a
rolling.
D100
I'm rolling
is
too.
a D10 plus a percentile dice.
40.
Oh, yes, look, yeah. I got 81.
Well, you didn't need to roll. So what did you get, Porco? 40.
I'll have Ronson's roll. It was a 40.
Remember, this isn't necessarily a skill-based check.
No, I just like higher numbers.
Okay, if you're taking
No,
the
I'm
81.
40 now.
So you kind of feel around, sort of trying to. Are you trying to be stealthy? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking the next step is I'll need to use my sleight of hand to nab it, whatever it is. But yeah,
Yeah. So okay, so you're feeling around, and you basically feel under your hand what feels like a bundle of hair.
Ooh, I'll have that. I would like to
Okay, give me a sleight of hand.
sneakily steal it with my sleight of hand. Here we go. 22.
Yeah, you absolutely managed that.
I'll have that, and I'll slide that in Nature's pocket.
Okay.
And I might do it again. Anything else I can get my little hands on?
Not with a 10.
Okay, fine. I'll be happy with a bundle of hair.
Well, now, what have you picked up from there? Because obviously, as you say, all of our stuff was sprawled around and, likely damaged. And what did you manage to retrieve from our airship crash?
All right, he'd leave that down to my two sister Brightstraw. Right? I don't have the time for all of that. I really can't be bothered with all of that. You'll have to see her. I expect she'll want to see you in the morning now. She's been working through that stuff for weeks, but she will be able to tell you.
Oh, so you would come back in the morning?
Well, I mean, I was willing if although I'm not sure you take me up on it now, that you could stay here. That is absolutely an option, and assuming that you wouldn't want to be out in this pouring rain with poor tiefling, it must be horrible. You are more than welcome, of course, to stay here until the morning.
Give us a moment. Give us a moment. Just huddle with the other two in the corner,
Huddle up.
whispering, "Huddle up." Do you want to stay here?
Not overly.
Was that an offer?
Not together, Ronson.
The way I see it is, old Hagatha over there wouldn't be offering if she didn't want us to stay here. But she doesn't know that we know that she knows that we know that. So possibly we can use that to our advantage.
What do we
Possibly,
know that she
maybe.
knows that we know that she knows?
That we know that she knows that we know that she wants us to stay in this room.
And does she know that?
I think so.
Do we
But
know
if she-
that?
We assume it.
Do
But
I
if she
know that?
knows, but
Yes, I just told you.
But if she knows that we know that she knows that we know that she knows, then we should put something up, like a barrier or protection if we're sleeping. Do you have anything, Ronson?
Yes, I've got a very special spell. The Snuggle spell. It does mean that we would have to share a bed and remove our clothes, because the clothes would dampen the magical effect. Porky, you can sleep on the floor. You'll be okay. I think probably me and Tok would be able to create enough magic to cover you.
I'd rather you did not cover me in your nighttime magic.
I don't know if I've got any other spells. What do you want? A protection spell?
Well, anything that you've got, and I
Just give me a
appreciate
second.
the offer for the snuggle.
Right, Misty Step. We've got Animate the Dead, Comprehend Language, Arcane Recovery, Grim Harvest, Minor. In fact, hang on a second. Let me just consort with my inner dialogue here. Dave, do I have any spells that will protect me while I'm sleeping?
I don't think so.
Right, okay then. No, I've had a good think about it. No, I don't. We could take it into... Oh, I know what we could do. Like they do in the films. We could take watch. We each take a watch for 2 hours.
Oh, actually, I think that's a very good idea, Ronson.
It is a good idea, isn't it? Maybe I could go first and watch over you talk while you sleep.
Well, we all have to take a turn, so if you would like to go first, I'm not opposed to it.
I'm happy to do that. You just get yourself into bed, make yourself nice and comfy.
Can I just say, I am feeling really uncomfortable at the moment.
I mean, Top's all for
Top's
it.
feeling?
So. Yeah. Top's all for the watch. Now, Ronson, ground rules. The watch is outside the room, inside the room, and looking around the area, not just watching over me.
What's the rota for watching Ronson watching you?
Okay, maybe that's what we need. If I take first watch watching all of you, Pork, I could take the first watch watching me while Tok sleeps.
See, this feels self-defeating, but possibly the safest way to do it.
Wait, so 2 people on watch, 1 person sleeping. That doesn't make sense.
Do you want to be unconscious with Ronson near you?
I mean, it's happened multiple times before. He's just been unconscious too. For all I know, he could have been awake. Nothing's happened.
I can't guarantee that my hand won't slip underneath my robe.
Right, well, now that does make me feel uncomfortable. But now I don't even want to sleep in the same room as you. Excuse me, Sister Moongrave, do you have separate rooms at all, or is it only the one room that you have for us to stay in? I just, being, traveling with people, just a little bit of privacy from these two. You know what I mean.
That's what I've done.
Well, normally we do just leave the one room, but I could this one time bend the rules slightly if you would like your own room. I fully understand that.
I would.
You see, Hagatha, what you probably already know this with your all-seeing eyes. But Ronson over here is what we like to call a midnight creeper.
Oh yes, I absolutely know that.
Yeah.
Yes.
You think you would have planned ahead for that then?
Well, no one doesn't like to assume someone's preference. Miss Tog might like this. You don't know, do I? I can only go from what I see. I don't know what she's feeling or thinking.
Right now I'm thinking, no, not without consent. Ronson, never without consent. And I just stare at him for a good 5 seconds.
I have brought some forms with me to sign out if you wish.
You can shove your forms where the sun doesn't shine, Ronson. I would love to take that extra room, Moongrave. Thank you.
Okay, let me show you through then. And she takes you through out of the room that you've been in with her. She hurries you through another room. So if you just want to move your tokens down here, she takes you through a room here. So Miss Tog, here is where you shall be staying.
Thank you, Moongrave. I really appreciate it.
And then, gentlemen, if you want to follow me across here, she takes you across a bit of a rackety-looking
I have to share with the stinky dwarf.
Go on, you can tell me more about this snuggle potion.
Oh, God, no.
So actually, to your end, it's like, there are plenty of beds, so you can sleep in the other side of the room if you wish.
Well, Vic, you've left yourself prone now, so...
I've got pebbles with me. You can't hear this, but this is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, well, it's not exactly 5-star, is it? Is there a chocolate on the pillow?
There may be something on the pillow, but I wouldn't recommend.
Yeah, I think that's a shit stain.
Yes, I wouldn't eat it.
Hardly a chocolate mint, that, is it?
Is there anything else I could get you before we turn in for the evening?
Could you run me a bath?
Oh, we do have running baths, if that is what you wish. I will have to round it up
Catch it first. Were you doing the catch it first joke then?
Yes.
Right, okay, yes, okay.
What do you mean? What do you mean, joke?
Okay. Any rose petals? Would you like to scatter some rose petals on my bed?
She looks to Porkeye and says, do you not know an awful lot about hags? You don't know about our means of transportation?
Where's the room service menu?
You
I'm
scratch
looking.
triangles into the floor so you can teleport across the map.
Well, we also normally animate objects such as whether it be cauldrons or furnaces or baths, and they move around for us. So I don't know why your friend is so absurd that I would have a running bath, but offensive if anything.
So, no room service?
No, there is no room service. You are getting to the point of being very lucky that I'm letting you stay at all.
Any of those little tiny alcoholic bottles, little bottles of whiskey?
She just closes the door and walks off.
Well, I won't be leaving a good review on Yelp or TripAdvisor, I tell you that for nothing.
What time of day is it, Dave?
It is the evening.
I was going to say 2:30 in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's hard to tell because it's eternal darkness. But it is the evening. It's getting late.
I stick my head out the door. Can I see Moongrave anywhere?
Yeah, she's just walking out of the boys' room.
Moongrave, do you want a bit of company for a few hours before we turn in, or just? I mean, we're staying in your place, and we've barely spent 10 minutes together.
Well, my dear, I get the impression that your comrades would rather not spend any time with us, if I'm quite frank.
Well, they don't speak for all of us, though.
Are you maybe a little more open-minded when it comes to judging people by their appearances?
Well, yes. I mean, I've had it most of my life, so absolutely.
Well, okay then, my dear. So my sisters are busy for the evening. You can join me for a quick drink of something if you wish.
That sounds lovely. Thank you very much. I scoop up pebbles.
And she leads you back to the room that you were in.
Is Vic trying to get another sex scene going again?
With the hag, yeah, possibly. She got a taste.
It's not all about the sex people, okay?
We haven't come across the sex people yet. That's another one to go on the list, along with Jeff Bezos, man made of bees. Right, so before we go and see what's happening there, Porkeye Ronson, have you got a plan? You talked about having a watch. Is that off the table now? That
No, it wasn't a
Pot's not there?
watch I was going to have.
Yes, it was a watch, yes.
Well, I don't know. I mean, Vic decided to go on her own. She decided to go it alone. Porkeye, if you wish, I will happily watch over you, my good, fine fellow.
I will have a small rest then, and you can take first watch. Wake me up in a couple of hours.
Okay, thank you. Unsurprisingly, Ronson falls asleep after 10 minutes.
Right, Vic, you are sat with Moongrave. What do you want to, what are you doing? You wanted to spend time with her?
Well, Moongrave, I just, thought that you've lived out here with your sisters for so long. You must have some interesting stories or things to tell, or thoughts about all this eternal darkness that's happening. I mean, do you know what's been going on? Do you have any insight into it at all?
Well, I must say, we we are quite concerned by all of this. Although I strongly protest we are not evil, as you call it. We obviously do play with the darker sides of the magical arts, and a being or entity such as what has appeared in the sky is quite unknown and quite a threat to us as well as all of you mortals. So I can't say we know much about it, but I certainly am concerned by it.
Well, yes. I mean, it's all a bit frightening, really. I heard that you're quite powerful. I wondered if maybe you could give us a hand, or you had anything that could, I suppose, help us along the way.
Well, I mean, we'll pick this conversation tomorrow, because I think this might be part of the deal that we need to bargain. But that is my sister's speciality, not mine. Although, what I will tell you, and I am, to be honest, surprised you did not ask, but you may have noticed that your remaining crew, they were completely stripped to the bone, all organs and skin removed.
Oh, yes, that was what I was trying to get at. When we were asleep for 16 days and we were unharmed, do you know what happened to them?
Yes, yeah, so what we have established is that the Legion of Death, whilst they have found a way to this mortal realm, they are only able to possess a body which is both deceased but intact. So therefore, if we had left those poor deceased crew members there with you, it's very possible the Legion of Death could have gotten inside their shell and then used them to harm you. By stripping them down to bare skeletons, that makes them completely unusable and harmless.
Oh. Well, that is something I suppose I should thank you for then. I tip my glass.
You're very welcome. It is very difficult sometimes for people to see past our looks and our reputation. Some of our reputation is well earned and fair, but some of us do try to be a little bit different.
Well, I think we all do things that we are not necessarily proud of all the time, or make mistakes, or sometimes things just need to be done.
Indeed, and I would say please do bear that in mind when you speak to my sisters tomorrow. We are quite different, I think you could say.
Well, I can't speak for my comrades that I don't actually know what they're doing right now. Maybe they would like to come for a drink with us. Maybe we should go and ask them. Would you mind? I mean, I do feel awful leaving them out of all conversations completely.
If you wish to go and ask, you absolutely can.
Okay. I scoop Pebbles back up with my drink in hand, and walk over to the boys' room.
The man's room.
Okay, so as you walk in, they are both asleep.
Oh. Well, I suppose that they're not ready for a drink at all. Well, maybe. Interesting.
Chocolate
maybe...
cheeky girl tried to put it there.
I don't really feel comfortable watching over Ronson, if I'm honest. Give him a little shake. Ronson? No? Okay.
Yes? Oh, I was dreaming about you, Tom.
Please, take my name out of your mouth while you're sleeping. I brought you a nightcap, and I just set my drink down next to him and walk out the room.
Thank you very much. Oh, what? Going now? You've woken me up to give me a drink, and now you're going.
Well, I came to see if you wanted to join us for a drink, but you obviously are fast asleep, so...
Why not? Why not? I am considered across the land as excellent company.
I think I'm past it now. You seem to be dreaming about me in your sleep? I was saying my name.
Don't worry about that. No, I was just having a sex dream. It's absolutely fine. Don't worry.
Oh, a sex dream, eh? About myself.
Well, possibly. Do the stains give it away?
I mean, after the conversation earlier, I do feel a bit, I don't know, a bit awkward asking about this, but what were we doing?
Well, that's for you to find out. That's for you to find out. Let's go for a wonderful drink. The three of us, myself and one beautiful lady and an old hag.
Moongrave, I'm not sure that maybe... would you like to join us for a drink, Moongrave? I mean, I'm ready for...
She's still in the...
Oh, did she walk away?
She's still
she didn't come with us.
No,
okay.
She didn't go with you. She stayed in that room.
How about a seat outside, Ronson? Maybe just... We can have a drink. We don't need necessarily to bother Moongrave. She told me some very interesting information that I'll pass on.
Oh, yes, pass it on. Sorry, I thought if the three of us together, we would advance the plot. Is that not the case?
She's told us we need to wait for the morning, really, to speak to her sisters. But I thought maybe
can we not just go wake them up?
They're not here, Ronson.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Where are they?
Doing business? I don't know. Why don't you
They're
go and ask
doing their
Moongrave?
business. Well, we could just wait 15 minutes, can't we, until they've cleaned up?
Right. Well, if you don't want to take a walk with me outside, it's absolutely fine. I would just go to bed.
Of course, madame. Let's go for a lovely moonlight stroll.
Fine.
Around the gingerbread house.
Yes, I don't think it's made out of gingerbread, Ronson. We seem to establish that.
I thought that's what Porky said.
Well, anyway, you... As awkward as it might seem, you keep talking about us together, and after my escapade with the captain,
what do you mean escapade? Did you do an escape room? What do you mean?
Yeah, something like that. Yes.
Right.
We did have to leave quite suddenly from the room.
Did you get a bit tied up together? Did you?
Well,
right.
You could say that. Yes. I just wonder. Have you ever thought? I mean, about us like that, not just in your dreams.
Every moment of my life since I met you, Talk.
Okay, and you say that you and me we could do that type of thing. I don't mean to be feeling a bit of prude actually talking about this. I'm getting quite embarrassed actually, Ronson. But you seem to talk all this big talk about having sex and, you know, your escapades into it. And have you ever actually had sex with someone?
Of course I have.
As Ronson goes to answer, he feels the presence of a zone of truth around him.
I feel a presence of a zone of truth around me. All of a sudden.
Meaning you cannot lie.
I cannot. What was the question again? I can't quite remember.
You don't need to dodge the question, Ronson.
I would certainly never dodge a question, or I'm an honest man.
You see, I don't mean to brag, but, you know, I'm very well-versed in these types of relations, and I just want to make sure that you know what you're doing. So the question was, have you actually had sex with someone? You talk all this big talk, and I just want to make sure that if I ever wanted to...
Yes.
You cannot
Sorry,
lie.
no, I meant yes. What? No, you said if you ever wanted to. Yes, if you ever wanted to what?
Well, if it were ever to happen that you had some experience in that area. So my question was, let me finish.
Any good lover has, of course, read many books to make sure they are a proficient lover. If that's what you mean, of course,
you have practiced these books with another partner?
Well, it depends what you mean by partner, I suppose.
So when two people decide that they want to be very closely involved with each other, they might have what is well known as sex. Have you ever done that with another person, Ronson? That is...
Now, are we talking about an actual living, breathing person? Or would a doll that I created out of potato sacks count?
Oh, thank God you said doll, because I was thinking we were going down a completely different avenue with your necromancy there, Ronson. And I am so glad you said doll right there. Dolls do not count.
Right. Well, in that case, I would probably say that I have been with... allow me to think for a second. How many? So there was... I'm thinking back a few years ago now. I think a few years. Thinking about my university days. Yeah, I think there's been none, from what I remember.
Oh.
I don't know why I'm saying this. I don't know why I feel compelled to be so honest.
Well, I think it just must be because you trust me to understand where you're coming from. I mean, everyone has to start somewhere, Ronson. But
look, just don't tell Porky, or because I think he really looks up to me, and he looks to me for guidance on these kind of things, and I don't want to break his illusion.
As you're talking, Ronson, all you can kind of see around you is like Porky's face appearing around you in the sky, and he's kind of looking at you. And I'm going to need you to do this for me, Shitey. But you need to go, you just hear him going, "You're a virgin? Ronson's a virgin?"
I don't think Porky would be that judgmental.
Yeah, yes, but this version of Porky would be, so say it, please.
Ronson's a virgin?
What? Where did that come from? Who said that?
And Tok disappears. And all Ronson can see and hear around him is just people shouting at him that he is a virgin. Ronson's a virgin, and just simply hands pointing at him. And Ronson, I need you to take a wisdom saving throw, please.
It's a 9.
Okay, you are going to take 15 points of psychic damage as you wake up from your sleep. From your nightmare.
Oh, it was all a dream. That's ever since Tok came into the room, you have indeed been dreaming. Oh, sorry, Dave. Sorry, I'm being thick there. I was gonna say, where's my psychic damage? But sorry, it's just general damage. Did you say 19?
Yes.
19 damage.
15.
Oh, 15. Oh, need to give myself 4. Right, okay.
I am going to give Tok a point of inspiration for working through that and getting that to getting to what I asked her to do.
Tok doing it. How could Tok get inspiration when Tok wasn't doing it?
Vic gets the inspiration.
So send Vic a card in the mail. Send her a well done card or something.
Because I tasked her with getting to that point, and she did so expertly. So yeah, take a point of inspiration of it. Thank you.
This podcast is part of Podomedy, the UK's podcast comedy network. Why not laugh at what else we've got? Visit podomedy.com.